Hey everybody, it's Naveed here with the Real Buttons Podcast, episode 4. I'm here with Spencer again. What's going on with you, man?
I thought you weren't going to introduce me, like you paused for a second, so I was like, whatever.
Why would I not introduce you? You're my only co-host.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
Yeah. So what's going on with you, man?
I don't know, let's see, I've been, I freaking forgot to mention the podcast. I got the Club Nintendo shirt, the one with like all the freaking, pixel art characters on it, the 8-bit Mario characters on it.
Oh yeah, that one. I bought that one. I just recently got that one too.
Oh, did you actually get that? Because you were saying that you were thinking about it, but
yeah, I got it because that's better than the Club Nintendo Premium prizes almost that we got.
Oh yeah, they're pretty bad.
I'll talk about
cards and whatnot.
Yeah.
Then I got the last podcast I mentioned I got the Brawl Pad, the WWE All Stars Brawl Pad, which is basically the same as the Street Fighter 4 Fight Pad. Actually, it's exactly the same except it has different graphics. I've been pretty pleased with it. I paid like $12 out of 40. It's off of 40. Mm-hmm. And so I got a second one, and then I got the Brawl Stick, which was originally $80, and that was marked down to $20. And I haven't actually gotten it. What?
Really wish that was available near me.
Yeah, the Brawl Stick, I haven't gotten a chance to really screw around Street Fighter with it, but it feels super fucking nice, and it's got like these really nice rubber stops on the bottom, and it's weighted with this metal base, and it's got a square gate for the joystick. It's just a really nice arcade stick, and that's pretty much what I wanted. I've been harassing Sega still to port VF5 PC on the tweet boxes, and
your attempts are futile.
It'll happen eventually. I'm almost certain of it. But in the meantime, I got Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition to screw around with, and that'll be
tide you over.
That'll be more than enough. I mean, that's probably the second best fighting game this generation in my view. So behind Virtua Fighter 5. So whatever. I'm cool with that. And then, I also have, some art. I can play on, MAME stuff or, emulate Neo Geo or whatever.
Yep.
For it. And then I got a second Brawl Pad. That's still sitting in the packaging. I haven't opened it yet. I'm probably not going to because I don't need to open it yet. And I've got a Brawl Pad open and I've got the arcade stick open. So if I want to
sometimes I've seen like reviews that those go bad. Sometimes it's not as prevalent as some other third-party stuff, but it's good to have a spare.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty freaking reliable, but there's definitely, and Mad Catz has like a crazy ass warranty on them too, but
it's probably really difficult to go through that warranty. I'm guessing.
Actually, I was looking at it and like they were like freaking, because when I was looking at articles on it, there were people who were bitching and on comments on Joystick or something like that like they had broken, or no, on Amazon. In the Amazon reviews, they were like, "Oh, it broke on me," and so like it only lasted like 5 months, and then they had like Mad Catz customer representatives are responding to them and be like, "Call us."
Huh.
So I think that I think Mad Catz is really trying to turn it around. I mean, they have to survive because they just made shit for so long.
Right.
I mean, I'm a believer now. I would never buy Mad Catz stuff until I got these all marked down, and
yeah, for sure.
The reviews were so good, and Richard had one, and he was talking them up, and I was all like, all right, fine, I'll check it out. And now now Mad Catz makes a lot of good PC equipment too, so accessories. In terms of games, I did play a little bit of Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. I've been playing unranked matches online, which not really unranked, but it's like where I forget the mode, but it's like where you get in a line, a queue, and if you win, you become the person who needs to be beat, and then people start queuing up to get you.
There's a mode like that in Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah.
I forgot what that one was called too. Huh.
I forget what it's called, but it's pretty common. I mean, I know a lot of fighting games have it.
Yeah.
The main thing I'm surprised about in Super Street Fighter 4 AE, though, is still the replay suite is super good. But yeah, I've been doing pretty decent. I've been getting some decent wins and whatnot, but I'm a little bit out of practice. But I got to step it up a little more. I've only played like for 4 hours since I got it. 4 or 5 hours.
Who'd you say you play as other than Ryu?
I play as Ryu, as Ken or Kuma, because those are basically all the same characters, the Shotoken characters.
Uh-huh.
And then I play as Fei Long. Fei Long has always been my main for a long time.
Okay. That's cool. I played Hakan when I played... I've only played the 3DS version like a nub. But, yeah, I played Hakan. I like Hakan.
On 3DS,
it's pretty sweet.
Did you like spam the special buttons on the touch
No,
screen?
the only time I ever used the touch screen was for the Ultras, and Hakan's is kind of difficult to do. I mean, it's not difficult, but it's.
Do other people spam those?
It's a lot cheaper. Yeah, that other people do spam them, but they're easy to block because it's basically like button mashing. Because it's not like
you just punish them.
Yeah. So it wasn't that bad.
Busting out my old pro fighter gamer knowledge and terminology and jargon. Anyways. So yeah, but it's been pretty good. And then I played some Binary Domain, which we got on sale. You and I got on sale for $10
Amazon's having
on
their
Amazon.
July summer sale type thing.
Man, shit, I don't know where the hell Steam is, but they better fucking hurry that shit up.
They confirmed that. Like
they confirmed it, but it's like still, where the hell is it? I mean, it's just like when is it?
Yeah, everyone expects it. I mean, the confirmation was just something so people didn't worry too much, but it's weird that it hasn't happened yet.
Well, historically, it happens last week of June, every single year, and this year it didn't happen at that time. Well, it's like, so Amazon beats Steam to the punch. They got this giant July sale, and I mean, they got half off. They got like $20 off of Max Payne 3 and half off of Spec Ops, and $5 for Virtua Tennis 4 and $10 for Binary Domain. And
Spec Ops is like a week or two old.
It's like 2 weeks old, and it's already half off, and the reviews aren't that bad for it. It actually looks kind of interesting to me, but 25 is...
It looks like a really generic third-person shooter, but I've heard the story and everything around it is really crazy, and it's...
That's what... Yeah, I agree. It looked super generic, and I was not interested, and then what happened was Rock, Paper, Shotgun wrote a what I think is what they call the reviews.
Yeah.
And basically... They were like, the storyline was super good and powerful, which I was kind of like, usually they don't say that about storylines, and at least usually Rock, Paper, Shotguns don't say that about video games.
Yeah, apparently it's really crazy, and it's kind of dumb because apparently the game starts off really, really shitty. Like, it starts off slow, and it just feels like one of those generic shooters, like I said, but it kicks off like a third of the way through, I've heard. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
could be something cool to check out for cheap.
But Binary Domain, you want to talk about that in here? Like, I mean, you're still...
Yeah, I've been having fun with that. I mean, I've only played a couple hours, but I've been having fun with it. There's some issues with it for the PC version that I don't like. Like, the keyboard and mouse setup is not the best.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
I still think that aiming is better than with a dual analog setup, but
I just think it'd be much more comfortable with a controller, and I need to get one shortly for the PC, but
it's... Yeah, I mean, like, I have a 360 pad, Naveed doesn't. I have a regular 360 pad for PC, and I stuck that in, and... like, the auto-aim is pretty gratuitous. Overall, I think the keyboard and mouse is better, but there's some definite things that are better on the controller, like turning is a lot smoother. I find that the mouse controls are kind of jerky.
Yeah, especially when you're not aiming. I thought it feels kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But,
well, and it's this weird hybrid because, like, when you're aiming, the sensitivity is lower, and if you have it that way in the menu.
Yeah, I have it
you can't change it.
I have it like 100 whatever.
I have it as a default. So the thing is, though, like, that feels fine. That feels pretty good. I could probably turn it up a little bit, but like to be able to turn at a decent rate, like outside of when you're aiming, you pretty much have to have like a higher sensitivity on the mouse because the freaking mouse controls are all weird. And I told Naveed this, I think that it's emulating the right analog stick, and I have some reasons to believe this. And there's some other PC gamers who have mentioned it too. It doesn't feel like you have like direct mouse control. It feels like there's something weird going on a little bit.
Kind of, yeah.
But overall, I still think like so far, I was kind of surprised because I actually like the characters a bit, and even as like knowing who the developers were and everything, leading up to the game, I thought that they were going to be super generic characters. And I mean, they're not super original, but their writing has been pretty good in my view. I really like the variety. They kind of toss in some variety in the gameplay. Like earlier in the game, you like shortly after the game starts, you get to like freaking slide down this seawall terrain.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Naveed liked it that much, but I
thought it was cool. I thought it was fun, but I did think there was a problem with when you hit something. It basically renders you incapable of moving for a couple seconds, and then you just run into more things after that. Like you can't move to dodge anything else. So if there's something else right in front of you, you can't try to dodge it. So
yeah,
I thought
that was kind of
I thought that was kind of weird. It wasn't. I got through it easily, but that just kind of annoyed me. And some like the menu stuff is really really odd because you have no
with the mouse. Yeah,
because you have no reticle or anything for the mouse that where
it's
you're
really shitty mouse support in the menus.
Especially during when you're in the shop and you're looking through the stuff because you have to use the keyboard basically to navigate.
Yeah, I use the keyboard. I use WASD.
Yeah,
that works fine.
I have to, but I ideally like to use the mouse because I like using that better. But other than that, like the shooting is really satisfying. I think the enemies. I don't like Spencer thinks the designs are cool. I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion on that. They're robots, but I think the actual mechanics of shooting them are really cool because when you shoot their legs, they die, but you see them crawl into you. And one actually came up to the side of me and like started punching me when I was in cover, and I basically
and they'll try to like drag you down and stuff.
Yeah, and then when you shoot their head off, they become basically they don't know who to fight for, so they're shooting the.
Yeah, they'll shoot at the enemies because they don't know. They'll just shoot at like the nearest thing.
Yeah, I thought that's a pretty cool mechanic, and it's just really cool just to see all these like little parts fly off the robots. It's really nice
they
to
fall
look
apart. Like they've got all these modular designs. In terms of cool design, I don't think too much about the robots. I'm mainly talking about the bosses. The bosses I think are freaking super cool looking. I also like the cars. You haven't seen any cars yet, but the cars, the futuristic cars, I kind of like. I mean,
no,
they're
I haven't.
generic, but they're cool looking in my opinion. So far, what shocked me is I don't know if you've run into any yet, but there's these bigger types of robots that carry these chain guns.
Yes, I have.
So I was playing in chapter 2 or 3. I don't remember what. I think it was chapter 2, like the end of chapter 2. And
there
I
was
run
one
into
at the end of chapter 1 as well.
Yeah, and so there's a bunch of them at the end of chapter 2. I was like, oh my god, I'm about to die. And I kid you not, I pop up under my covers, just like a last-ditch thing, not even trying to. And I had done enough damage on one of their heads to pop it off.
Yeah.
And the big ones will turn on the nearest enemy too if you pop their heads off.
Yeah, I know. I figured that out, actually.
I didn't know that.
I did that at the end of the first chapter when I saw that guy. It was actually, I don't know if it was the first one I saw or not, but I realized he had this chain gun. I'm like, what happens if I shoot his head off? So I did that, and yeah, he basically wiped out the whole side.
I had never gotten close enough at them to see that they had a head. So this guy was all the way on the other side of the map, so it was just like dumb luck that I popped his head off.
Yeah.
And so it was like headshot plus 50 points, and I was like, huh? And then all of a sudden he just starts turning around, and he just opens up on all of them, and then just wipes them all out, and then he starts firing in the air as they start dropping in.
When you do that, it's kind of the kind of disappointing thing is like you can go pick up the chain gun he uses, but then you have nobody to shoot him with. So.
Later in the game, you can get those, and then you do have people to shoot at them with. But
right, I'm sure you do. I'm pretty early on in the game, so.
But like freaking. The other thing is, like, there's another part. I don't want to tell you or spoil anything for people, but like, eventually you get into a scenario where a bunch of those guys start showing up, and and you're in like a really tight, close quarters area that's basically just like a bunch of chairs, and then like a walkway. And I don't want to say what it is, but basically, like, they start trying to get into this little walkway.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can turn them on one of each other, then it's super helpful. I managed to turn one on, and then he just like turned around and I just tossed a bunch of grenades down into the, But yeah, it's like, yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. That part's I don't think like it's such a simplistic mechanic, but it never gets boring.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that game is pretty fun so far. It's not like amazing for me, but.
I mean, there's some problems with the PC version, definitely, but for me, I think that I would say outside of Vanquish so far, it's pretty much my favorite third-person shooter this generation. I mean,
the story does seem kind of. I don't know what to think about the story yet. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Blade Runner in a sort of way.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's not. Yeah, it's not really trying to pull anything too original, but I mean,
and I find it kind of, I find it really weird that like, this is a Japanese game,
and they're the bad guys,
and they're like just clearly they're the bad guys. Like it's not even. I find that kind of weird. It's I don't know. It's just something odd that I.
Well, the review, one of the PC reviews I read commented on that. I don't know why they did that, but I think it's kind of cool and unusual. I mean, you never really see that in American games where the Americans are a bad guy. So like, I mean, for the Japanese, and the Japanese did this, they did it, they didn't do it in Vanquish, I guess. In Vanquish, I shouldn't tell you because you haven't finished it, and there's other people who haven't finished it, but there's a plot twist in Vanquish. But anyways, no, I've been pretty happy with Binary Domain so far. I feel like it's like a upper B, lower A material type game, and finally got a chance to play some of the multiplayer, which is pretty much dead. I'm gonna have to like organize some games, but I did play some Invasion, and it was pretty cool. Overall, I think that it's a shame that the PC controls aren't better. I'd still say the PC version is the definitive version. It's the best graphically, which it is a good game, good-looking game graphically.
Yeah, I think it looks good, but I also mentioned I think the environments are kind of bland. I don't like how the environments look, but
yeah, really I like them because it's not really like what I like about the environments so far is because they're like I'm so used to like post-apocalyptic, but this isn't post-apocalyptic so much as it is just like urban decay.
Yeah.
Like so, this is like more like actually like it just looks like the worst parts of Detroit for an entire city.
yeah.
But so yeah, and then so I think that's pretty much it for Binary Domain. That's
totally worth $10. I mean,
totally worth $10. And it's actually good news.
If you're listening to this now, yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this now, you should go pick it up. $10.
Good news for Sega is it's actually like it was on this Amazon sale. The Amazon rep, it's like blown away Amazon's projections for this sale, so good for Sega. A little bit too late because Binary Domain is actually the game that pretty much made it so that they decided to stop
kind of, yeah,
focusing on big AAA titles because it flopped hard and only sold 20,000 units in the first month at retail.
Yeah.
But, it's a good game. It's a shame that it's pretty much the game that pulled Sega away from retail. It really didn't deserve it. And
it obviously seems like there was interest in the game, but I think maybe...
I think that, the PC version, it launched buggy as hell, and there's been 2 patches, and now it's entirely playable, and it's pretty much near perfect. And it's not perfect, but it's, I mean, outside of, like, what we say about the minor issues
as far
with
as how it runs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, when it first launched, you basically couldn't play it on ATI cards, and NVIDIA cards had a freaking weird, like, they wouldn't render water at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, I mean, yeah, it was pretty rough initially. But I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, now it's on Amazon, and it's, it was the #1 game on there, and it's still the #1 game because the stuff ahead of it now isn't even like, there's 1 pre-order, so that doesn't really count because the game's not out yet, and then the rest of them are like Skylanders toys and Xbox Live points cards.
Yeah.
So, and other good news for Sega is the second place game is Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai, which is $7 on sale right now, so.
749 or something like that.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, basically, it's looking like their PC-centric focus is going to pay off well as long as they go the right direction. But really, they should have launched binary domain bug-free, and it should be a lesson to them because the game had a lot. Obviously, it had a large market of people on PC who were interested in, and that buggy launch obviously hurt them.
Yep.
Then you and I have been playing a ton of Team Fortress 2.
Yep, I finally played that for the first time. When I built my computer, had it downloaded. Spencer wanted me to.
Oh yeah, I was harassing the shit out of him.
But yeah, we've been having a lot of fun playing that. I like Capture the Flag the most so far. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that's the main mode in that game. So.
Yeah, I mean, you and I have pretty much. Well, what's kind of funny about Team Fortress 2 is when Naveed he first builds his PC, he gets on, and then he starts downloading all these games off of Steam. And I go, dude, download DF2, download TF2, and he's like, it's gonna be the last game I download. It's gonna be the last game. The entire time I've been talking to him about TF2, he's always been like, I'm not really into online multiplayer shooters, and like, then he gets on TF2, and he's all like, actually, that's pretty good.
It's pretty different from every shooter I play. Like
it's the best dude. It's the best multiplayer shooter of all time. It is.
I have so far been liking Scout the most, playing as the Scout.
I pretty much play every class. Eventually, you're gonna have to branch out a little more, but yeah.
I know. I'll definitely try some out more later, but like so far, I've been having a ton of fun playing with Scout because I love the agility and speed. Yeah. I like trying to go for the flag.
Yeah,
I'm more of an attacking player.
The game is so much fun. But I showed you. What have I shown you so far? I've shown you King of the Hill, Control Points, and Capture the Flag. I haven't shown you Payload or Payload Race. So we still have to check out those two. Yeah, Arena's kind of like a modded play mode, though. It's not really official.
Okay.
We played this. We freaking went into this Mario Kart map that was just stupid as hell.
I have no idea what was going on. There was
in the intro, it was like to get into one of the cars, press use, and then I was like, okay, so I ran up to one of the cars, and it just wasn't letting me get in.
There was like 4 players. Like, do you know that like huge building in the middle of the track? Yeah. There was like 4 players in that building on the top, like on a stage, just like moving around to some like different music was playing in there, and they were just like moving. I have no idea what was going on.
It was stupid as hell.
Yeah.
It was dumb. The reason we got in there was because I was like, hey, Naveed, what do you want to play? And then he was taking forever to reply, so I was like, okay, fuck this. We're going into this Mario Kart map I've never even checked out before. But that was hilarious.
And there was like all this anime stuff going around. Like there was this monitor playing a video from...
There was a black van on the street that had on the side, that was written on the side, the back door to the back, this black van was open, and it said the 4chan party bus.
I did not see that.
Oh, it was over the top. But
I guess there's some weird stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's modded levels and shit like that, but that was stupid as hell. And then, so yeah, him and I were screwing around in that, and then I played Spy for a little while the last time we played, and I was kicking ass. I was kicking a lot of ass as Spy.
That time where you got pissed when I killed you, that was complete luck. Because I just
won.
You were going towards the courtyard on 2 Fort, and like I was near another one of my teammates. I think he was a soldier or something, or a heavy. And you were coming up behind him. You were disguised as one of our team people. And I just randomly shot you. And it turned out you were the Spy. And you got really pissed. You were like, Naveed, you're a douchebag or something like that.
Well, I think you killed me like twice out of like 5 matches or something. And I was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
In the chat. I was like, but yeah, anyways. So yeah, any other TF2 memories you want to discuss real quick?
That's pretty much it so far.
I'm just freaking stoked. I knew he was gonna love it. I knew that Naveed was gonna freaking love TF2. It's like my freaking. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and I think it's the best multiplayer shooter of all time. So, and Naveed liked Portal 1 and 2, so I was just like, he's gonna fucking love TF2.
Love those games.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's me.
You doing anything fun for 4th of July?
No. I don't celebrate the 4th. I pretty much sat in my house and played Binary Domain.
But it's about America.
It's about America. No,
America.
But yeah, I haven't celebrated the 4th in a long ass time. What'd you do?
I watched Total Recall. Well, I watched that the day before, but it was basically like 12 a.m. So I guess you could say it was the 4th of July. We watched Total Recall. That was pretty fun. Pretty dumb movie, but it was a fun movie to watch with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But yeah, that was good. Other things I got recently, I bought this. Spencer showed me this. It was a T-Fury shirt.
Yeah.
And it was like a regular show. It had the regular show characters. I forgot their names. I like that show, but I don't watch it like super often, so I don't remember.
Yeah, same.
Mordecai and Rigby. That's their names.
Yeah, Mordecai. Which are great names. I love all those Cartoon Network shows, but like I have cable, but like I don't watch TV, so.
Yeah, but anyway,
I watch Netflix. So
that shirt's really cool because it's in like the style of Sonic. So Mordecai is supposed to look like Sonic because I don't know if Mordecai is the bird or not.
Mordecai is the bird, and then Rigby I think is the little squirrel or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. But yeah, because Mordecai's supposed to be like Sonic because he's blue, and then Rigby is like Tails. It's like the Sonic 2 cover, but that's pretty cool, and it says O on the bottom because that's basically their tagline in that show. So I bought that shirt. That shirt's pretty cool, and like I said, I got that Club Nintendo shirt. I watched another movie yesterday, actually, 12 Monkeys, with Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt.
Fairly decent film.
I thought it was a really cool movie, and my friends didn't seem to like it, which I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't like it. My friends like a lot of movies, but they didn't seem to like this one. It's a really cool take on like a sort of like apocalyptic universe, but it's like the way it has time travel in it. It's probably like the best time travel movie as far as how it handles time travel that I've ever seen. I probably like the Back to the Future movies more as far as time travel.
Well,
but this was
classic.
Yeah, but this was a really cool movie. 12 Monkeys.
What about Superman when he goes around the world backwards so fast that...
I don't know. But anyway, if you guys want a good sci-fi movie to watch, I recommend 12 Monkeys.
It's never a movie I'd watch twice, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be a movie that would be good to watch twice because it's not really confusing, but you might watch it twice to get a better idea of what happens throughout everything because it's pretty confusing at first. I think Brad Pitt.
Oh, actually, we shouldn't talk about 12 Monkeys because there's an attempted rape scene, and it's like Tomb Raider, and the feminists might get upset about it.
Oh yeah, those women. But yeah, I think Brad Pitt, that's like an amazing role for him. He plays some crazy dude, and he's amazing in that movie. Definitely watch that. As far as gaming-related stuff, I finally built my computer, like I said. We mentioned that I bought one.
Yeah,
and everything came in. I built it. It's pretty cool. Everything's running fine. So
how do you feel about it? How do you feel about the Master Race?
Pretty cool so far. I am enjoying playing.
Are you enjoying it more than you thought you would?
I don't know if I'm enjoying it more. I feel like I'm enjoying it as much as I thought I would.
Really?
Which is a good amount.
That surprises me.
Yeah, I mean,
because we got to wait till the Steam sale.
The thing is, I feel like I'm playing more though on PC than I am on consoles. Yeah.
See, that's the same thing that happened to me. Like, I don't know what it is. I think the main thing that I've always said to you and other people who have asked is once I've switched to PC, I literally can't go back to consoles because, and it wasn't so much that I was gaming on consoles a lot before. It was like as I got older, I quit gaming on consoles, and the reason for me was that it was like the psychological time commitment. I always felt like when I was turning on the console, I had to just play games for like an hour or two. And on PC, I feel like, I can alt-tab out, I can look at some websites, I can listen to some music, I can, do some word processing or do some homework, and then alt-tab back in for, a 10, 20-minute break, and then just leave it running in the background. And it just feels like, it doesn't feel like a time commitment to me.
For me, it's almost just this stupid thing. It's more of a laziness thing, because I'm on my computer quite a bit looking at stuff on the internet. But like, and my consoles are downstairs in our family room, so
Right, you're always
it's almost
on.
like I don't want to walk downstairs to play my consoles when it's just right there. See, if I had like my consoles up here with me, it might be a different story. I might be playing more of my games, but as it is, I mean, I'm playing more on PC. So
no, I mean, there's a number of reasons that I can't go back to consoles. Pretty much, even when there's games that I really want, it's a matter of the time commitment first and foremost. There's obviously the superior visuals, the superior audio, all that sort of thing, the superior controls. I mean, you know, the thing about PC is it really is. There's the price aspect is actually the biggest too. The truth is, I don't have the money to, you know, spend $20 or $30 on a game anymore. Like I go to college and I have to save my money, and so like it's like, you know, I pretty much have to spend $10 or less, and it's like not much stuff on consoles.
And you're basically getting free money from Bing now. So
I don't even pay. Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't even pay for games. I can't remember the last game I paid for. I think it was honestly like the last summer sale, because during Christmas my mom bought me all of the games I wanted on an Amazon and Steam sale, and then ever since then I've just used Bing Rewards because you can get Amazon gift cards, and then I just buy stuff on Amazon's digital store. I don't even pay for games. Like I can't, and even before then I wasn't really paying for games because they're so cheap on PC that my budget was literally bottle returns. I'd go return my Coca-Cola cans and have $3 to spend on the next time a game went on sale on Steam, and I'd get Alpha Protocol for $2.49 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot of reasons I can't really go back. I can still do like handhelds because they're mobile and I'm out and about, and so I don't really mind. But like there's a number of reasons I just can't go back. I definitely can't go back to shooters on a control pad. I just can't do them anymore. Like like with Binary Domain I can do it because there's a ton of auto aim. But like I used to be super good at playing shooters. I mean, all shooters on console have auto aim. Some of them are done a lot better. Like Halo does it really well. Like with Halo, you really have to pay attention to notice they're using auto aim, because they hide it so well. But I mean, I just can't. Like I don't know. It's like, dude, you couldn't just like I used to have Team Fortress 2 and the Orange Box on PS3. You can't play that game on PS3. Like it's just like almost impossible. 'Cause, like Scout is impossible on PS3 because you just move too quick.
Yeah.
So you gotta. Like, I'm all about the keyboard and mouse setup for shooters now.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that is the best way to play a shooter, no doubt. For at least first person.
Well, even third person, I think. But the other game that plays well is if you toss in Metroid Prime on the emulator, the Dolphin emulator, you can play it with keyboard and mouse, and it plays pretty cool too. But yeah,
I'm sure it does. Yeah, I mean, Wiimote's obviously like, as far as consoles go, probably the closest thing you can get to a mouse and
Wiimote or
keyboard.
Move, but yeah.
Yeah. Wiimote
But
more
even
so, I
on
think.
consoles, I mean, even like the other thing about PC is it is just better for controls because you can use your Xbox 360 stuff. You can use any controller you want. I mean, you can buy a freaking Saturn controller on eBay and toss that in there if you want. But I mean, it's like, look at me. I've got an arcade stick. I've got 2 Brawl pads, and then I have an official Xbox 360 controller. All of them work with native support. And then I've got the keyboard and mouse. So it's like, I'm set. Like, there's not a single genre that you could toss at me that I'm not ready to play, except for maybe like if you wanted to use a steering wheel.
Yeah, you still got a steering wheel.
I could get there's steering wheels. Yeah, Logitech makes some very good ones, but it's like, or you can use 360 ones. I'm just not going to because I've never been a big fan of the steering wheels for at home use because I could never get them set up like right where it feels right to hit the gas pedal for me.
I actually played. My friend has Gran Turismo 5 and he has a wheel. And I played Gran Turismo 5 with that wheel. It wasn't even like a super high-end wheel either. It was like maybe $100. But I don't want to play a sim racer like that again without a wheel.
Really?
Yeah, I really don't. So if I ever want to play a racer like that, I will borrow that from him.
Yeah, I guess that. I mean, I haven't played on one in so long, so maybe the technology's gotten better or something. But like,
I mean, the force feedback and everything is
true,
really cool.
I mean, my main issue is just that I can never get mine set up in the house to a point where, because on consoles, on PC I guess I could because I have a desk, but on consoles I'd always try to set it up on my coffee table and then it would be below my knees.
Yeah, you see all these crazy setups on these websites where people have it looks almost like a cockpit of a race car. They have it set up so.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways.
But anyway, basically, got my computer set up. That's pretty cool. We talked about TF2. We talked about binary domain. I bought Metro 2333 because I had $8 of...
Good game. It has a lot of growing. It has a lot of issues, though, that you'll be able to immediately see.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to playing that. I think I like the way the game looks. The setting looks really cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that.
It's a good game.
Should be in the next couple days. I went to Virginia Beach for last weekend, and I played Hotel Dusk on the way there.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said
for a couple hours. I didn't play it on the way there. I played it on the way back.
Yeah, you played it on the way back.
The story for that game seems really cool so far. It's like a mystery story. I like mysteries. I mean, I'll have to play more of it to see where it goes, but that's it. That's that. And then I forgot to mention this. There's a 3DS eShop title named Bomb Monkey. I bought it because it was a puzzle game and because it was developed by Renegade Kid, which I like a lot of Renegade Kid stuff. The stuff he did on DS was pretty cool. I thought Moon was cool, and I thought his eShop title, Mutant Mudds, was really good. But Bomb Monkey is basically a puzzle game where you drop these blocks, and then once in a while you'll get a bomb, and you drop the bomb, and it basically, if the bomb hits a blue block, it'll destroy every blue block adjacent to that blue block that you hit. So it's kind of a unique take on a puzzle game. It's only $5, and it's got a few different modes. It's pretty cool. But that's that. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the Club Nintendo Platinum and Gold rewards. The gold reward we got this year was a calendar, just like any other year. And I guess the gold reward people have it better this year because they actually get more choices because they get to choose between games or the calendar now. But
no, because if you're a Platinum user, you can pick any of the gold options.
I know, but if you're just a gold member, if you've only gotten the gold status, you get more options than years before because we never got those games before. It was just
but they're all DD, so who cares?
Still, it's better for them. But the platinum status people like me, they give us a set of playing cards or posters. These posters and playing cards are two things that are these two types of things.
The shirt that you and I have picked up just as a general reward is better than any of the prizes they're giving out for gold or platinum.
And these things there's posters.
Not that I mind because I don't have platinum, but whatever.
Yeah, there's posters on Club Nintendo though.
Yeah,
that are worth 400 coins, and it takes 600 to get to platinum status. And then there's a card set worth 500 or something like that. So I feel like I sound like an entitled loser right now.
Not really, because the prices kind of suck. And Nintendo has overpriced games because they never price drop on them.
But you see things like what Japan gets in their Club Nintendo. Even Nintendo of Europe has better prizes than NOA. It's really annoying to get.
What was my tweet to you? I said something about this. I said, let's see. It said, I said
Donkey Dong.
Yes, I said. I said
NOA sucks Donkey Dong.
NOA because NOA sucks Donkey Dong. Get it?
I do get it.
Oh, that's funny.
That's pretty much it for me, though. That was my little spiel on Club Nintendo. I still think I mean, I guess I shouldn't be complaining so much because it's all basically free, and it's stuff I'm already registering this stuff because I bought these games because I wanted the games, not because I wanted Club Nintendo points. But That's that. I guess we can go into our news section then.
Oh boy. Okay, so anybody follows us on Twitter, this is old news to you. I know, I'm sorry.
All 3 or 4 of you.
There's like 6 or 7 that aren't spam accounts. And, but we broke the news, so tough luck, everybody else. Basically, if you're listening to this, we don't have a lot of listeners, so even then you're getting a little bit ahead of the pack.
Yeah. Spread the word. Or not, don't
because then actually then we don't know. Yeah, I mean, so basically here's the deal. I found out through some sleuthing, and I got us, I guess from our sleuthing. I think I said it with an F, whatever. Anyway, sleuthing, that we got a pretty significant exclusive, and it's our first exclusive ever.
Hopefully not the last.
Hopefully not the last. And we got a rumor too, but it ties into this, so we'll just announce them around the same time, even though typically rumors come first.
There was no significant rumors, so we're not really...
Yeah, there were no significant rumors, so we kind of dropped the section. But basically, through some sleuthing, I found out, and this is from a very reliable source, this is absolutely 100% true, that Sine Mora, we aren't sure on pronunciation, and a lot of people
We're pretty sure it's Sine Mora.
Yeah, we aren't sure,
like
but yeah.
90% for me.
But basically, we found out that Sine Mora is coming to PC. This is absolutely going to happen. It's scheduled to come out in September, and it'll be announced shortly. But basically, this isn't too big of a surprise. I kind of thought this was going to come because Digital Reality.
Yeah, it's not like
is a primarily PC developer. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a game that was well received on XBLA and PSN.
Well, it's not out on PSN yet.
But it was coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
So basically, I found out, and I kind of assumed this, and that's why I started looking into it, was that the game was going to come to PC. Had never been announced. We had never been given any indication. But I started to look into it just because Digital Reality, who helped Grasshopper Manufacturer develop it, is a historically PC developer. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to start looking into this. Well, I also looked into something else, and this is just the rumor. This one I don't have a great source on. But Black Knight Sword, the second game they're working on that's currently scheduled for Xbox Live Arcade and PSN, Digital Reality is yet again involved in this one, helping Grasshopper Manufacturer with it. And basically, this is just the rumor. That one will also come to PC. But the other one is not a rumor. Sine Mora is coming to PC. Absolutely 100%. No questions asked.
Yep.
All right, that's our first exclusive, people. You
Hooray!
heard it first. And then what happens, the way that we're going to rub this into everybody else's faces, because I was like, okay, so I can go announce this on NeoGAF right now and then get us a bunch of credit. Or what we can do is we can be snobs and be like, hey, we announced this months ago on our podcast nobody listens to. I like them apples. So, yeah, that's the exclusive, everybody.
Yep. Look out for that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm actually kind of excited about it because I thought the game looked good and shmups are cool.
Yeah, it's a side-scrolling shooter. If nobody knows about it.
But I mean, PC has a pretty healthy shmup scene, but that game looked cool, so I'm glad that it's coming out.
Yep.
So the next piece of news is that Meet the Pyro and Source Filmmaker were released. Meet the Pyro. Did you see it, Naveen?
Yeah, I did, and it was basically released like the day of our last podcast recording.
Yeah, so everybody's probably already seen it.
It's kind of old now, but
you can toss it in the video version or whatever if you want.
Yeah.
But I actually thought that it was one of the worst Meet the videos.
I actually haven't seen many of them myself, except for I think I saw the Spy one.
The Meet the Spy one's still my favorite.
Yeah.
The Meet the Spy one I think is fucking hilarious, but yeah.
That one's good.
But yeah, I mean, I think that it was okay, but I just think that I can't think of any ones that I think are worse. I guess the engineer one's kind of lame. And
we did get with that though, like the pyro goggles, right, in TF2. Yeah, I mean, anytime they release a Meet the video, you get an update. Okay.
But, like,
Is that like for a limited time or what?
no, those just last forever.
Oh. I guess that means I don't have like the older ones because
You'll have to
I
find them in
wasn't
drops,
playing.
yeah. You'll
Okay.
have to find them in drops, and they won't be worth any money because they'll be dropped.
Yeah.
Like, the genuine ones or the strange ones are the ones that are worth money, but yeah. Not that they're
Mhm.
worth a ton of money, but yeah. And then Source Filmmaker is just like this. There was already a movie from the director of Nine actually being made in Source Engine called Deep. So this isn't too surprising, and Valve makes the videos in the Source Engine, and so this is just kind of they're making Source Engine more friendly for indie filmmakers. We'll see if that goes anywhere. I don't really know if it will be going.
Yeah,
anywhere.
there's already been a couple videos made by fans from this Source Filmmaker thing that
I'm
have
kind of
come out.
interested in checking it out, but I don't know.
I am not creative enough to make anything good
That's
with
probably the same for me.
so I will just be watching the videos people make of that, and hopefully there's some cool stuff coming out for that Source Filmmaker. Anyway, next piece of news. The first screens and details for Adventure Time on the DS and 3DS were released. This is like a brand new game. I felt like talking about this just because basically I love Adventure Time. It's an awesome cartoon.
It is.
It's like cartoons aren't around much anymore. I mean, it's really weird to think about it for kids. Like for me back in the day, Nickelodeon had everything. It was like Rocko's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, all those awesome cartoons from back in the day. And now all kids have is like iCarly and crap like that.
Well, I mean, and then Nickelodeon's like switched over to a bunch of 3D cartoons, so it's just
yeah, those suck though. I mean,
Yep.
there's like
they always suck, and the quality animation's all shit. And
yeah,
I mean, they
and
got
the
the
only
Avatar series, which is pretty freaking good, and they've got SpongeBob,
Yeah.
which is still good in my opinion. But
Cartoon
Network is still doing a lot of good content, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're doing some really cool stuff with Adventure Time and regular show, and then they have some other.
They've had, I mean, they used to have. And
think-
Adult Swim sometimes has good stuff, but not
and
always.
Toonami's back, I think, now too. So
Yeah, but it's still, isn't it just like Dragon Ball again?
I have no idea. I haven't watched it, but
That's kind of why people quit watching Toonamis, because Dragon Ball Z sucks. So
yeah. But anyway, for Adventure Time on the DS and 3DS, basically what was revealed in the new Nintendo Power issue is that the game's going to be a lot like Zelda 2. It's going to play. So I don't know if this means there's going to be a big adventure like map like in Zelda 2, and then you're going to go into a side-scrolling view. But from the screens released, it is in a side-scrolling view where you're just fighting.
isn't
different
Way Forward
monsters.
developing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so WayForward's a pretty good developer. I like their stuff. They made
Had
Shantae.
some flunks, but yeah.
They made Shantae, and most recently they had Mighty Switch Force on the 3DS eShop, which is fun. And that game's also seeing a re-release on the Wii U eShop with newly updated sprites. But for Adventure Time on the DS and 3DS, I think the sprite artwork looks freaking awesome. I'm so glad they're using sprites. That is the right direction to go for an Adventure Time game. And I think actually like sprites on the 3DS, they pop more with the stereoscopic 3D. So I'm really looking forward to that game.
Surprising.
Yeah, I mean, Mighty Switch Force looked awesome in 3D. So Adventure Time looks awesome. The stories being developed, being created by the guy who makes all the stories.
Pendleton Ward.
Yeah, he makes all the stories for the TV show, so the story should be good. But yeah, that game looks really fun.
All right, next piece of news is Call of Duty Online is announced, and there's a trailer for it. This is pretty much China only. It's being developed. Yeah, for now. It's China only, and it's being developed by basically Activision Shanghai alongside of Raven, and it's being orchestrated by the partially Epic-owned Tencent. Basically, this, it's pretty much a best of map compilation of the Call of Duty games. It's China only right now. It'll probably expand outward. I would not be surprised to see it hit South Korea shortly after the Chinese launch. But I don't know if it would head global, but I kind of think it will eventually.
I'm not sure. Like, Call of Duty is still so big here. I don't know
True.
if they tried to release this free-to-play thing.
I could see them trying to do it, but I mean on PC I could see them doing it just because I don't think the Call of Duty games do as well on PC as they do on consoles. So
I'm not sure, but I know Black Ops 2 recently, just like it was announced that their pre-orders passed both Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 3.
God, that series needs to stop someday.
It pisses me off. Yeah,
I know. I've been waiting for it to dwindle with every single iteration.
Yeah, it's like freaking gamers here. They don't know what they're doing. But we'll see what happens with Call of Duty Online. Anything else about that?
No, not really.
All right, so Namco Bandai, they put up this teaser on their website a few days ago. It said basically, it was really weird. I guess which ties into the game itself in a way, but on it said All-Star Battle, and then it had like a countdown for 3 days. So that teaser basically turned out to be a new JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game, and I think they're making an anime spin-off thing to it as well. If you don't know what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is, it was a fighting game made by Capcom on the Dreamcast.
That's not how it started out, but yeah.
Yeah, I know, but that's like what people, at least gamers, yeah, that's what they think of when they think of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Was it on like PS1 as well? I think it was.
I think it was on. Well, I think it was a Naomi board game, and then it went to Dreamcast, and then a PS1 port came shortly thereafter. I'm not entirely certain though. I could look it up.
It was. I guess because of these like weird pictures they had, I get that ties into the bizarre aspect of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But yeah, they announced a brand new one called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. It is for the PS3. I don't know if it's coming out for anything else.
It sounds like it's exclusive.
Yeah, by CyberConnect 2.
Good developer.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I never got to play the Dreamcast version. And Capcom Fighters,
it's good.
well, it's Namco Bandai now, version. But yeah, it's Namco Bandai. I don't know when they got the.
It was on the CPS3. That was like one of Capcom's last arcade boards.
Yeah, I don't know like when Namco Bandai got the rights to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but they're obviously publishing this one. So it was a good fighter back in the day. Hopefully it'll stay just as good now. So looking forward.
Well, I don't know because it looks like they're kind of making it more like. Casual and like frantic like the Naruto games.
Could be.
CyberConnect 2 also does the Naruto titles, which isn't why I think they're good, by the way, everybody. I think they're good because they made Teo Concerto and the DS spiritual successor. That's like the franchise I care about from those guys.
Those games weren't bad, though, apparently, the Naruto games. Apparently they were pretty decent. Critically, at least. I've never played them.
All right, next piece.
And then
more fighting
to go
game
along
news.
with that, all this stuff, like the next JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and the next two pieces of news were all announced on the same day. But Capcom announced another compilation for PSN and XBLA. It's called Marvel vs. Capcom Origins, and it's basically just a 2-pack of the original Marvel vs. Capcom and Marvel Superheroes. And that's going to be $14.99 on PSN and XBLA. Not much to say about it except...
Yeah, it's a good bundle, though.
Yeah, those are two pretty good fighting games. I mean, Marvel Superheroes was awesome, so...
The next piece of news... You ready for this? You ready?
I am, like, excited.
Okay, so there's actually... My friend Phil is going to freak out about this because his favorite game of all time is getting an HD remake, which it's not really so much a remake, it's just like an HD up-res of an already existing remake.
And it was teased HD. It was teased with a weird image.
Yeah, we thought that it was actually going to be... most people thought it was going to be an all-star, like a new Sega Racing Transformed track, and it ended up being a teaser image for NiGHTS HD. So NiGHTS HD is coming to PSN, PC, and Xbox Live Arcade. Sega uses Steam with pretty much all releases, so it's going to be Steamworks likely.
Yes, that was in the trailer too. So.
NiGHTS HD, so it's going to be, but it's basically the PS2 Sega Ages remake, which was not so much a remake as it was just like a prettified port of the Saturn version. That was a remake, and so now it's just going to be basically that PS2 version, up-resed for newer platforms, which we never got that PS2 port in anywhere outside of Japan. So it's new to us. I have an ISO of it and can emulate it, but it's a good port. It's a good remake. I mean, so
and
that's
they're including the original Saturn version in it as well.
They are including that, and I think they might. I don't know because there's a lot of people who are kind of concerned because in the PS2 remake, Christmas Nights was included, but it was missing some content from the Saturn version. So people are wondering, they haven't mentioned Christmas Nights in the context of this, so people are like, is it going to be DLC or something like that, which would be kind of a dick move.
Yeah, it would.
Especially since the game was originally, it was a free expansion on Saturn.
Yeah. They gave it out to free for people.
Yeah, on Saturn, so yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. In our shocking news segment, this is not something like we're going to talk about long, but Disgaea 5 was confirmed. That is not something super surprising, but it is a pretty popular franchise. We don't know what systems it's coming out for. Most likely PS3 or Vita. Those are the two platforms that are probably getting it. I mean, the lead games for the Disgaea franchise usually go to a Sony platform, so